one thing I do see as a result of the pandemic, not just pandemic, because of the populist sort of uprising that you see around the world, right? That the sort of thinking people, that's me sort of, I don't know how to define them specifically, but thinking people from left and from the right, old left and old right, let's put it that way, right, are coming together. Both of them realize, right, that what they cherish the most, right, to be personal liberty or economic liberties, right, both are under threat and by the current system, right, current sort of expansion of state powers. Right? I think I see that that's the potential sort of ground to build on. It's a common ground that's emerging among the sort of right-thinking people that is no longer about, right, state versus market or state versus personal freedom, right, or state versus individual. It is going to be about state and everybody else on the other side, and therefore we all need to come together, right? Keep some differences aside. Yes, we do have differences in terms of the role of the state and how what it should do and should not do. But I think by any measure, all sides agree that what the state is doing is far, far greater than what it should be doing. Right? And therefore, I think I see that as a potential sort of post-COVID scenario that can emerge with the people on the left and the right finding a common ground on many of the issues, maybe not on all the issues, but many, many issues, a common ground could exist. Right? And that could be, I think, a way of dealing with the situation that we are in, right? Is building that common ground. So I see collaboration, building common ground as an important way of rethinking the engagement of civil society with the state, right? With the larger sort of social challenges that we face. And that could be, I think, one way to think about it. I think second is becoming more and more obvious, right? Looking at some of the social justice movements around the world, and particularly in the US, that the moral outrage is only on one side. Right? And I think the liberals do not show as much moral outrage. I think we, in a sense, seem to be more, I don't know, is the word complacent, or is it tolerance on our behalf? We believe in tolerance, we believe in accommodation, right, of different points of views. But when I think our values are being crushed, right, trampled upon, right, killed, right, at that point, I think I feel that we need to show our own moral outrage as much. Right? I think unless we find a way of channeling that outrage, first, of course, generating the outrage to begin with, right? Feeling that outrage in our own hearts and minds, right? And then channeling that outrage to larger society. We need a balancing of the outrage, in a sense. Right? Outrage is only on one side by and large. And that also is pushing society, despite the fact I think most people don't want to go there, right? It's pushing us in that direction. I think that's important that liberals, the right-minded people find a way to show their own outrage, right? And find a way to communicate that to larger public, why some of these values are so critical to our society, to our way of life, and why we need to fight for them and continue to fight for them.